Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Roar Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Lara Sturm.
Welcome to episode 225. It's the magical episode.
It is. 2 plates, baby.
2 plates. Not kilo plates. Pound plates, but that's okay.
Well, what's 225 in kilos?
Oh God, don't even. I can't do math.
Don't even.
No, I can't speak kilo.
So
I don't want to know.
225 is one of the easiest ones because it's 225 in kilos, which is 496 in pounds, which is 4 reds.
There you go. Sweet. Oh,
4
anyway.
reds. It's 4 reds with no collars. No, it's 4 reds with collars.
Look at the loading chart.
Read the effing chart. Oh, it's so simple, and I'm like, wait, it's 220. No, it's with collars. See, what's been screwing me up is I've been doing so much loading without collars because down here we just train with plastic collars. So like everything that you think you know about kilos is wrong.
That should be the tagline for this entire episode right now.
Everything you think you know.
Wrong. Oh boy, so we digress. What's been going on in the powerlifting world, Josh?
So the USA Powerlifting Ladies of Power was this weekend. It was ran by Vanessa Baker and Tracy Cook. I think they did a really, really good meet. We had 2 lifters compete. Caroline, she went 8 for 9. She hit a 22.5 kilo PR squat, a 7.5 kilo PR bench, a 10 kilo PR deadlift, and a 40 kilo overall total PR, which was pretty huge. So that was pretty exciting. And then Ari competed. It was only her second meet, so she's still on the newbie gain train. But we're going to ride that train as long as we can. And then Ari competed. She went 8 for 9. She hit a 7.5 kilo PR squat, 2.5 kilo PR bench, and a 7.5 kilo PR total. Her last pull she missed because of hitching, but she locked it out, and that was 142.5, which if she would have got that would have been the qualifying total for regionals. So she's like right there. So we'll definitely hit that at state. And then Caroline's sneaking up on that qualifying total for regionals as well. So pretty exciting.
Very exciting. And in your notes, you say that all ladies got a lay. And I'm pretty sure lay in the way that you mean it is spelled L-E-I and not L-A-Y. Does that mean something different?
That would be correct. Yeah. Oops. So they had all the ladies that competed and all of the female volunteers come up to the front at the end of the meet, and they put a lay on each of them. So that was a pretty cool thing. And I guess I didn't really notice. I didn't pay attention, I guess, but I guess they had 3rd deadlift walkout songs for everybody. So they got to choose their song is what I heard.
That's really cool.
Yeah. That's a cool little touch, but like that's a shitload of extra work to do and like to coordinate and to manage it. So like props to them for doing that because it's a super cool thing, but it's a lot of extra. It's a lot of extra.
Yeah, you know this because you used to do this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just on the 3rd. It was like all of your attempts, if I remember your meets, right?
Yeah, some of the meets. Like so when we went from 2 to 3 platforms, we ditched it because it was getting a little bit impossible, but we were still doing it with 2 platforms every single attempt. And it got to be a little bit tricky.
Tedious. Yeah. Nice. Well, I love that the Ladies of Power went and was a big success because I love the idea of women only meets.
Yeah. So I didn't get to go to the whole meet. Like Wade actually came down to help coach, and then April Gatsby came over to help coach too. So nice. That was cool. So our lifters were taken care of. But yeah, so I swung by because I had to. So at Team Roar weekend, we had accidentally left our high chair for Ella at Wade's house.
Ooh,
So since Wade was in town, I had to go pick that up. So my reason for going to the powerlifting meet was to pick up a high chair.
dad
But
duties.
yeah, but we all went. So Hope, Emma, and Ella, we all went over there and watched the third flight. So Ari and Caroline were in the second flight, and we got there right as the second flight ended of deadlifts. So we saw the third flight deadlifts, but we just missed them. But it was still really cool to watch meet. Oh, and fun fact, there was a guy there wearing an Ashland University shirt and hat, which is where I graduated from in Ohio. And so we're like, hey, Ashland, whatever. And he's asking us like, how do we know Ashland? I'm like, well, Hope and I graduated from there. That's where we met. And I'm like, all right, so who are you? Like, you got to be affiliated with the school somehow. You're wearing a Ashland hat and shirt. He's like, yeah, I'm the vice president. I'm like, what? What are you doing here? And I guess his daughter lifts.
Oh, wow.
So
How
his daughter
cool.
was lifting at the meet. It was her first meet, so it was pretty cool.
Wow.
So got to meet the vice president of our alma mater. That was pretty neat.
That's really cool. Were you
Yeah,
like, did we just become best friends? I mean,
pretty much. Uh,
yeah, first name basis with him now.
yeah, I don't remember his name though. I gotta look it up.
I don't remember his name. Okay, you're not best friends. We're moving on.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I don't even know if we asked him his name because I don't think we gave him our name. We just like we're talking about a common,
hmm.
whatever. Anyway, but it was cool. So yeah, so then we left from there, and I had to go up to Duluth because the Lee Haney games were going on up there, and they had rented some of my equipment for like just a deadlift competition that they were had open to like the crowd and stuff. So we went to two meets in a day basically, but only saw like a tiny bit of lifting.
Isn't Lee Haney a bodybuilder?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah,
so
I'm like, I know that name. Back to
yeah, so
my
he did it at
bodybuilding
the
days.
yeah, yeah. So he did it at the he was like a 8-time Olympia winner,
Right, right.
like Arnold equivalent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he
He
runs
was local.
he lives in Georgia.
Hmm.
Yeah, he runs the Lee Haney Games, which is like, a miniature version of the Arnold multiple sports.
Oh,
And they
I
had
know
a
that.
had a deadlift competition going on up there. So, yeah, they had my trailer up there. So, anyway, yeah, we made an afternoon of powerlifting slash picking up
Mhm.
high chair.
A family outing. That's what everyone
Yeah,
does on their
yeah,
family outings.
yeah. It was great. I loved it. Like I had a blast. It was fun.
Nice. And the girls are growing up in powerlifting, whether they like it or not. It's just going to be like a normal thing to them. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
really
awesome.
hoping. So, yeah, Emma was like every time there was lifting, like she was like clapping real loud, and even Ella was standing over with Hope, and you could see her clapping. And when they would play the music real loud, Ella's like she's one, and she's like anytime any type of beat drops, like she'll just start like
It's in the
really
blood. It's
it's
in
in
the
the blood, man,
genes. It just is.
for real. So they were both
Nice.
getting into it. It was fun.
Nice. Nice. So this weekend in Albany, New York, I can see that there was a Bench Worlds, IDFPA Bench Worlds.
There is, not
Oh,
was.
is this weekend. Oh, God, I can't read. Sorry.
Well, I can't spell, so between the two of us.
Yeah, we suck.
Between the two of us, status quo.
Mm, pretty much.
Yeah.
So Molly Walker is going to be lifting in Friday, session 2, and Laura Sterland, Friday, session 1. So that's
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah. So we got two lifters there. Wade will be up there taking care of them also. Wade's like everywhere, man. Like I run into him randomly at a meet in Georgia sometimes. Like I didn't even know he was coming. Like I can't remember what meet that was. It was last year sometime. Like I was there coaching a couple people and like there's Wade. I'm like, how do I not know like we coach together? How do I not know you're here? Like
How did you not tell me?
yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was weird,
right. I
but
mean,
it was
he
fun.
didn't want to like I don't know, get together for a whiskey or something. I mean,
Oh, well, we
was a
did,
bourbon.
but
I
that
don't
was
know.
like that was a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Yep.
And what's going on with the Arnold?
So they just released the events and schedule and all of that. So basically, Friday, March 6th is the Open and Masters Bench Bash, and you just need a total to qualify for that. So that'll kind of be first come, first serve to sign up. The Masters Raw Challenge, you need a minimum age adjusted dots of 375 for women, 400 for men. And then Saturday, March 7th is the Female Raw Challenge. You need a 425 dots. The Male Raw Challenge, you need a minimum 450 dots. And then the Adaptive Open is an invite only. And then Sunday, March 8th is Battle of the Regions, and that's invite only. That's basically what we talked about last week. If you got top, was it top five, top six?
I think it was top six, because I remember thinking six is a little odd.
Yeah, it's top six.
Mhm.
Just like top. So yeah, it's top six from the regionals qualifies you for that. And then the Empower ID Nationals, which is what we rebranded the Special Olympian Division. That's an invite only too. So they're having their nationals there. So that's super cool. They get the
That's
big
cool.
stage at the Arnold.
Right. Yeah, and the Arnold's just such a high energy, cool event that, man,
Yeah, it's super cool. And one little note there that all the pro card holders are going to get invites to the Open and Masters Bench Bash, the Masters Raw Challenge, and the Female and Male Raw Challenge before registration opens. So if you have a pro card, you get first right of refusal to get into that event.
nice.
It says invites will go out November 28th.
So plan accordingly.
Yep,
And really, if you're a lifter who's never been to the Arnold, if you get an invite or you can go, go. It's cool. It's so big, it's so giant, and it's so high energy and in your face, and yeah. But that's what's awesome about it.
agreed.
Mm.
Super cool. Another new event that is on the calendar in Georgia, there is a USA Powerlifting Club certification course that will happen February 7th at Kennesaw State University, and I will actually be teaching that. So if you want to get your coaching certification through USA Powerlifting and you're in Georgia, February 7th, mark it down. That's the weekend before the state meet. So uh, we will be there. We will be at the state meet with the team. So if you want to up your coaching game right before the state meet, February 7th.
Good plug.
Yeah, I thought so. So one other thing I wanted to just kind of touch on is most of you know that the lawsuit in Minnesota has been ongoing for quite a few years. And the Minnesota Supreme Court last Wednesday actually ruled that USA Powerlifting violated the Human Rights Act in Minnesota. But the other claim was upheld that said that USA Powerlifting has the right to make those distinctions for legit business purposes. So I don't know how that's going to get hashed out because they're kind of the same concept, but two different. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not a
right.
lawyer. But anyway, there's a statement on USA Powerlifting website that says, we are pleased to have prevailed on one of the claims and disappointed with the other findings in the ruling. Our goal since litigation commenced against USA Powerlifting in 2021 was to present all the facts and evidence of our actions to a jury. We are pleased that both of Minnesota's state appellate courts agree we have the right to present a claim of business discrimination to a jury and look forward to offering our evidence toward that end. We are disappointed with the court's finding related to public accommodation. When fairness is the foundation of sport, categories matter. Taken to its logical conclusion, this determination means USAPL will be forced to become an agent of discrimination against the largest protected class in the country, women. It also demonstrates that Minnesota is trending against both federal law and broad public consensus. USAPL acted for legitimate, non discriminatory reasons to promote fairness in the sport when determining that Ms. Cooper should not compete in the women's divisions due to her male physiology. Ms. Cooper was born biologically male and went through puberty as a male. According to unrebutted scientific research, males have up to a 64% strength advantage in powerlifting, and suppressing testosterone only reduces the advantage by about 10%. This difference in outcomes makes it fundamentally unfair for a male to female transgender powerlifter to compete in the women's division. In the interest of fairness and to better serve all of our competitors, including the protected class of female born individuals, USAPL created an open MX division for transgender and non binary athletes. This common sense, inclusive approach is an indication of our continued commitment to fair play. We are grateful for the outpouring of support we have received from across the country, as evidenced by the nearly 100 elite female athletes, Olympians, national champions, and parents who have stood with us to protect fairness in women's sports. So has the American public. A 2025 New York Times poll found 79% of Americans oppose allowing transgender athletes to compete in women's sports. Since the Minnesota Supreme Court held oral arguments in our case, the USA Olympic Committee has barred transgender female athletes from competing in women's events, and the UK Supreme Court ruled that the term woman applied to biological females. We can no longer ignore this overwhelming and bipartisan consensus. USAPL remains committed to serving every athlete with respect and dignity. So that was the statement from USA Powerlifting. It can be found on the USA Powerlifting homepage if anybody wants to read it for themselves. I'm not making any conclusions. I'm just sharing what was published and what's available online, I guess.
Right. And updates.
Yep. So sounds like this is going to be going on for a long time still. I don't know what it means. I mean, I know for a time that USA Powerlifting couldn't sell memberships or run events in Minnesota. I don't know if that means that it's going to become that again. But it sounds like it's far from over. So we will see.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's move on to the powerlifting situation. Are you ready, Josh?
I'm ready.
All right, here we are. You're coaching at bench nationals. I know this is a stretch for you. Just kidding. So you're coaching at bench nationals. The lifter you're competing against locks out their third bench to beat your lifter and win. The referees gave 3 white lights, but it was clear from your perspective that their butt was completely off the bench. What do you do?
Well, this is a shit situation. This is a situation.
Ooh, I see what you did there. That was good.
Because if it was completely off the bench, then it should have been red lighted. The referees missed it. So you can protest to the jury a 3 white light lift of another lifter, but you have to put $20 down because it just keeps you from just challenging every single lift of your opponents, right? So in this situation, I think I'm going to go to the jury, drop a 20 on the table, knowing full well that I'm losing that $20 because I don't see any possible way that a jury who probably does not have a good view of the butt can overturn the call, even though the assumption here is that the lifter or the coach knows for a fact the butt was off, like completely off. So it should not have been missed, but the fact that it was, I think you have to go try because it's literally for the national title.
Right.
But I think it's almost a guarantee that they're not going to overturn it, even though as the coach, I know I'm right.
So let's put the shoe on the other foot. What if this was your lifter? What would you do?
Well, I'm not going to go protest my own lifter.
Exactly.
But I'm going to tell them that their butt was off and they shouldn't have.
Right.
They
got a gift.
Lift. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's happened before. Like, I mean, it's probably happened to you. I don't know, where you've come off the platform and I'm like, yeah, that squat was high. It shouldn't have passed. Or yeah, your butt was off. You shouldn't have got it. Like, and that's not to diminish anything, but like,
right.
The rules are the rules. And just because the referee missed it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Right.
You might have got the lift, but maybe you shouldn't have.
I remember at one point at I think it was Worlds in Mongolia. I went up my bench and I set up and got the bar, and they were not giving me any calls. And finally, they said re-rack it, and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Your butt was completely off the bench. We can't give you the start command." They didn't really have to tell me that. But that was nice of them because I had no idea like that it was off still. Didn't know. Yeah, because I was just losing my mind in the moment.
Yeah, and technically they're not supposed to. Like the referees are not
No.
actually supposed to talk to you while you're on the platform. It's like replace the bar.
I don't think it was the referees that told me. I think it was my coach.
It was after you had replaced the bar though, right?
Yes.
So you didn't actually have the bar in your hands while they were talking. Okay.
Correct.
So that's a little different. Right. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, in the moment you can lose your mind and things happen. So,
true.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So we have a new lifter tip. The tip is keep a training log of sets, reps, and weights. Include the details about your sleep, your nutrition, and stress to keep things all in perspective. This makes it easier to see progress, adjust programming, and stay motivated.
Yeah, I think especially with the pace that you progress in powerlifting being so slow, I think it's important to have this stuff documented because, I mean, that you're like, man, I just feel like I'm
Right.
not getting any better. And then you like look at your training logs the last couple of years. I'm like, oh, 2 years ago I was benching 185. Now I'm benching whatever, 225, whatever it is,
Right. Right.
So, we don't see those small incremental changes over that long term when we just like reflect on it, but having it documented, I think is really important. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I remember finding a set of logs that back in the day when you gave me a paper log, like this is your programming, here's some paper,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny. And my notes on there, and I didn't include things like sleep and nutrition and stress, but I'm like, man, that's a really good idea. Actually, I should have. But just the numbers and seeing them change was
Yeah,
crazy.
but for context too, because like when you have a shit training day and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm getting weaker, this programming isn't working, or even a week, sometimes, sometimes a month, you just have a bad month. Well, without context, like that doesn't mean anything. Well, this month I was dealing with this issue at work. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep my job. Like, so I was stressed out this whole month, whatever. Like, okay, that really paints a picture of why why training sucked for that month. But without that, you don't know. And it's just like, man, my programming must have been bad, so I need to change it. Well, maybe it wasn't the programming. Maybe it was,
Yeah.
all
Life.
of these other external factors of life, yeah, that you couldn't, you just weren't
Control.
coping with very well. Yeah. You couldn't control. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you
Anyway,
can only cope as well as you can cope, but like physical stress and mental stress are kind of the same stressor on your body.
right. Your body only has so much recoverability, whether it's physical, emotional, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry, I'm just excited to get to the next part here. So,
All right.
in my truck, I was cleaning it out. I found a CD case, and in that CD case are my CDs from high school. And what did I find? Josh's lifting CD 1 through 8, I believe. So I want to go through those. We're going to just start with obviously the first one and just see what
So you
was
had
on it.
8 of them?
Well, I had a lot more CDs, but CDs that I burnt that I made.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But you
there's eight
said
of
one
them.
through eight, like you had 8
Yep.
lifting CDs.
Yes. So the next 8 episodes where we're not interviewing anybody,
Okay.
we're gonna do that.
All right.
So the first one. So the other thing is what I opened it up on the computer to see what was on it. It says date modified 12/31/1994. And I don't think that's quite right because I wasn't in high school yet. I was only 11 years old at that point. So I possibly made this CD when I was 11, but I really think this was actually a couple years later that it was made. So maybe it was like the date that the CD was formatted or something. I don't know.
Huh.
But anyway, it was likely my freshman year of high school, which I think would have been, well, wait a minute. That would have actually been 96 or 97, I think was my freshman year of high school.
Hmm.
Anyway, regardless, doesn't matter. Here's the list. Okay.
Okay.
Song number 1 on Josh's lifting CD, Tesla, Modern Day Cowboy.
I approve.
Number 2, Jackal, Down on Me. Number 3, this is a probably song that nobody knows, but it's really good. The artist is Axe, and the song is Rock and Roll Party in the Streets.
Hmm. I don't know that one.
It's a great song.
All right.
Number 4, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. You must have. Number 5, AC/DC, Big Guns. Number 6, Metallica, Enter Sandman. Number 7, AC/DC, It's a Long Way to the Top. Number 8, Journey, Separate Ways.
Hmm.
Number 9, The Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. Number 10, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Running Down a Dream. Number 11, Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2. Number 12 was Ozzy, Crazy Train. And number 13, 14, and 15 it was scratched enough that it wouldn't play. So I do not know what is on track 13,
Mm.
14, and 15. So I'm going to try to put it in my truck, put it in the car, and see if I can get a different CD player to play it. But for right now, track 13, 14, and 15 are mysteries because I don't know.
Lost to history.
This CD is beat to hell too. Like it's clear because like the covering has been scratched off, so like you can see through it. The bottom is all scratched. Like I don't know how it played anything, but I put it in and all those songs played except for
That's
13, 14,
crazy.
and 15. So
Wow.
and I haven't looked ahead too. So like I'm looking these up right before we record. So like I don't know what's on number 2, number 3, all these other CDs yet. I'm gonna wait and find out
Oh,
last minute so I
reveal.
can be as excited as I am right now talking about
Nice,
it.
nice, nice. So
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day about like, okay, I'm gonna go dark because if I don't go emo at some point in any type of podcast, I feel like I've missed something. But like I was thinking I need to put together like a playlist for my funeral. Because I really want people at my funeral, if there's a service, a memorial or whatever, for people to sit down and listen to the best music. And
Yeah.
yeah. So would any of these be on your funeral? Listen.
Good question. Would any of these be on my funeral soundtrack? Probably not. I think I would probably choose something a little more from my 80s era because some of this stuff, I mean, some of this is 80s, obviously, but like
Yeah.
maybe more power ballad type for
Mm.
the funeral. But then again, that might make people emotional, and I don't want that. So,
Right, right. You want them to be
uh,
happy.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, Crazy Train, that could make a funeral list,
yeah, it's a long way to the top.
right?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, I have to. I haven't thought about it if I'm being honest. Like
Yeah, I
I
mean,
haven't I
why would
haven't
you?
thought of my funeral playlist, but if you want to announce your funeral playlist in a
Yeah,
couple weeks, we could always do that.
I'm
But
gonna have to give it some thought because the thought of putting one together, uh, just kind of came into my head, and I was thinking of some songs, but I haven't put the official list together. I'll work on it. Definitely have a lot of 80s stuff on it because duh. All right, well, that's all we have.
yep, later.
All right, stay strong. Bye now.
And just a friendly reminder, if you are looking for science-based powerlifting programming, look no further than the Team Roar training app. You can find the link to it in the episode description and also get 25% off of your first month using discount code all capital PL Ballads podcast. Happy training.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.